Hi everyone, hope you're doing well as always. Here it is. This was one of the most requested things I've gotten so far, and that is my in-depth leotard collection. You all wanted to see it, so I'm going to show you. I have hung them all up, and I'm going to take you through each one individually, tell you a little bit about them, what brand they are. I could not put them all on and have this video be under 3 hours, so it's long enough as it is. I hope you enjoy it, and so here we go. So first are the blacks, and I'm just going to take you through all of my leotards in the order they are in the cabinet. So that's why I'm starting with the blacks. And this sort of silvery tan kind of one didn't really fit anywhere else, so that's why I included it here. I am on the floor, so I apologize if this is a little shaky. So beginning over here, this is a Grishko that has this sort of mesh detailing all the way down to a V in the back. Turtleneck, long sleeves. This next one is a Natalie, which has, this is really fun because it has one, oops, it's stuck, one sleeve that's lace mesh, and then one plain sleeve with some ruching on the side. So that's a really fun leotard, the one sleeve. This is a Class In. Now, Class In was one of the very first customized leotard companies. They have a little store in New York, little hole-in-the-wall store. It was so much fun. I remember my summers at SAB. I loved going to Class In. So this is that brand. It's got some mesh on the sleeve and at the bust line and just a simple pinch. This is an Eleve. This is actually, I don't know if you can tell in the video, but this is a velvet burnout mesh with just plain black and the half sleeve. That is my signature sleeve. You will see that quite a lot. This next one is a Yumiko, just simple leotard with the red trim, scoop neck, and long sleeves. This is another Eleve that I have pinched with a safety pin. I do that sometimes. This is also a velvet burnout mesh. I don't know if you can tell. Long sleeves and just black the rest of the way. This is a Freed leotard. Now, I got this at the 𝐂𝐶 store, which is owned by Freed, in Japan, in Tokyo. We were on tour in Tokyo, and so I got this leotard. It's beautiful with this little lace mesh, the little front kind of pinch, detailed pinch. And if I can get it off the thing, there we go. Just a simple back. I love this one. This is the same sort of Freed company, but the black lace mesh, half sleeve, with the it's just sort of half of the leotard is the lace mesh. This is a Natalie also. I'm sorry, it's a Grishko. It's a Grishko. And it's black velvet with a pinch on the top, some lace detailing, and the aqua bottom. So that's another pretty one. This is a 𝐅𝐲𝐻𝐿. It's a French company. I have quite a few of these. Sorry, I can't talk. It's got ribbing on the side. It's just simple, plain black. This is a Yumiko. White trim. I pinched it with a safety pin, and black bottom, simple. This is another Yumiko. I'm not entirely sure what color this is. It's kind of a silvery taupe color, and I have it's a sort of chocolate brown trim. So now I have the black and whites and the all whites. So beginning over here, this is Yumiko, half sleeves, top is white, bottom is black. Another Yumiko with half sleeves, except it's all white with just black trim. This is again from Class In, the brand I told you about in New York. With just the black bust seam, long sleeves. Another Class In. This is white mesh on the top and black velvet the rest of the way. This is a Yumiko, white velvet on the top, camisole, and black. And now moving into the whites. This is a white Eleve that's long sleeve white mesh. Just, again, complete plain white. Another Class In with floral lace on the sleeves and the bust line, and then just a pinch in normal white the rest of the way. A high neck Yumiko with the half sleeve. I think you all are beginning to see I like the half sleeve. White velvet, completely white velvet. This 3/4 sleeve with the high collar and zip, completely white. And then white with gold trim. What is this, tank and the square neck. Next are the ivories and the grays. Believe it or not, gray is a very good color for me. So I have quite a few of them. That is my big tip. Know your colors and know your body proportions. In auditions, if you are wearing a flattering leotard for your body and a flattering color, it can actually really help you. So that's why you'll see a lot of half sleeves for me, because that's very flattering on my body shape. As well as, again, the muted tones. I have a lot of pastels, blue. I also can wear ivories and whites. So again, know your colors and your sleeve lengths. So beginning over here, we have the ivory leotard I showed you in the Eleve haul. This is a beautiful cap sleeve ivory with lace. It's actually got lacing detail on it. I don't know if you can tell through the video, but this is from 𝐂𝐶, beautiful company. This is a 𝐅𝐼𝐧𝐝. It is ivory, just camisole with some seaming detail. I have a silver gray from Yumiko. I can't slide it down, there we go. Square neck, half sleeve again from Yumiko with silver velvet trim. I apologize if this is a little shaky, I'm sitting on the floor. A gray from Eleve with the gray mesh sleeve. Another darker gray from Eleve with this mesh that is, it's got rose print into the mesh. So I do like this one. Here is the dark gray I showed you from the Eleve haul. This is a high neck gray from Yumiko. It's got a light pink trim around the top and around the long sleeve. And then over here in the same sort of colors, just the half sleeve square neck. This time it's pink velvet trim, light, very, very light pink velvet trim with half sleeves. This one has long sleeves and this has half sleeves. And then another gray from Yumiko, rounded neck, empire seam, just simple. And then this is one, I believe this is one I got a long time ago. I can't even remember what brand this is. I will put it right here. I will link this in the bar right there. That's the brand this is. It's just got some black mesh detailing. Yumiko, I wear this one a lot. This is just gray. I'm a big gray and the pink trim fan, as you can see, just camisole. And then this is a Bloch leotard with just some bust detail again. This stretches out when you put it on. And the little, what is this called? It's not ribbing, ruching. That's what it's called, ruching at the top. So now I have the burgundies and the darker reds. Again, know your colors. Beginning over here, again, I apologize for the shaky video. I have this is a Bloch leotard, and it's just sort of a cotton pinch and 3/4. This is an Eleve that is all burgundy with the mesh on the top and the nylon on the bottom. I've actually pinched this with a safety pin. I do that sometimes. A nice way to get a pinch. This is a Yumiko. It is the square neck, burgundy color and gold, sort of a gold yellow trim. This is another burgundy from Yumiko. This is the microfiber fabric with a velvet, sort of almost off-white trim, square neck. Moving down, I have a long sleeve from Yumiko with the sort of muted pink on the top and the burgundy trim and bottom. Another Eleve. This is the one I showed you in the Leotard video, the Leotard organization video, sorry. The vampire red velvet mesh and the bottom from Eleve. This is from 𝐂𝐶. Again, it's got a lace mesh cap sleeves and at the bust. And it's just, again, really little pretty leotard. This is another 𝐂𝐶 with, let me show you the back of this one. This is where the exciting thing is. It has this sort of printed lace, back and strap. And then finally, this is a burgundy from Yumiko with just, again, the off-white pink. I believe this trim is called Dawn. I believe that's the color. So that is the burgundy collection. So here are the reds, the redder reds, to put it in a term. So beginning over here, this is sort of a leotard I've had forever. I'm not even sure if there's a brand. It's basically just very, very thin, silky, no lining. It's a good layering piece. I sometimes layer it with something else. This is a Yumiko. It's the scoop neck. I pinched it again with a safety pin. Completely velvet, long sleeve. I love that one. This is a class in. It is got mesh sleeves and a mesh back. Most of the back is mesh. Well, not all of the back, most of the back. And a zipper, little zipper, but no collar. So it's a zipper but no collar. This one is again from Yumiko, square neck, half sleeve, with darker red trim and the brighter red leotard. That's also one of my favorites. This is a Yumiko, scoop neck, black on the bottom, half sleeve, red on the top. This is a class in nude mesh on the top, red on the bottom, so sort of strapless red look. And this is from 𝐂𝐨𝐧𝐝, which is the dancewear of the National Ballet of Canada School. So it's got little red mesh, lace mesh, and just plain red on the bottom. So now is the raspberry fuchsia sort of family, and one red that I forgot to include in the red family, so let me show you. This is an Eleve, and basically it has these little cap sleeves, hooks in the back. I have this sort of ivory mesh and red, but I like this because it looks like you're wearing a little shawl over your leotard, so that's sort of stylistically what this one looks like. From Eleve. This is Yumiko. This color, you all, I'm not sure what this color is. I will link it right here. It's a very popular color. I bought this at the store. I didn't get it online, and what I love about it is a little aqua trim on the sleeve. Just a little aqua trim. It's long sleeves, zip, everything else is this beautiful berry color. This is the raspberry one I showed you in the Eleve haul with the mesh and the sweet heart neckline. Same color. I think it might be called Jazz. I will look it up, put it right here. You're seeing the color right now. With the scoop neck, bust line, and tank sleeves. This is from Yumiko as well. Same color, lighter pink trim. This leotard at New York City Ballet was affectionately known as the Raspberry Candy Cane Leotard. Don't know why, but it's stuck. So that's the Raspberry Candy Cane Leotard. This is from Harmony Bodywear. They do not make these anymore. I loved their leotards. They were so beautiful. At least I don't think they make them anymore. I will look it up, and you're seeing either yes or no right now. Again, I'm not sure. These beautiful little straps. The back is just very simple, but I have another one in blue. You'll see in a minute. So those are the raspberry leotards. So here is half of the pinks. I have another round of pinks coming in a minute. So beginning over here, Yumiko, half sleeve, collar, zip, all the way down, same color, in a very bright pink. This is from the Eleve haul. I showed you all with the sweetheart sort of bust line thing, not bust line, shirt line. This is Yumiko in the color, I think this is, I'm not entirely sure all these colors, again, I don't know. This trim is the Dawn in the velvet. This is another Yumiko, light pink, square neck, half sleeve. That is my signature style. This is a half sleeve but scoop neck and a bust seam. And this is in Dawn. I'm pretty sure this is in the color Dawn. A half pink, half black Yumiko, square neck, half sleeve. You all, I hope are seeing a pattern here. This is an Eleve, it's one of my favorites. Turtleneck, mock turtleneck really, top with sort of this ivory base and then fleshy pink, pale pink on the sides. So I do like that one. And the back has a keyhole. Keyhole on the top and a keyhole on the bottom. So I do like this one. Another Yumiko short sleeve. bust line. This is not a short sleeve, this is a cap sleeve. Just in a sort of muted pink. This is in a light pink cap sleeve, square neck. And the cap sleeve, rounded neck, more of in a candy pink color, but this is microfiber. So that, there's part 1, and here is part 2. So beginning over here, as always, nope, go back, rewind. And here is part 2 of the pinks. So beginning over here, this is class in, as the burgundy one I showed you. It's basically the same leotard with the lace, mesh, cap sleeve, and the bust. Here is the bright pink leotard I showed you in the leotard organization video with the even brighter trim. This is a 𝐂𝐲𝐻𝐿, again, sort of tank, pinch, and bust line. This leotard, this is the one you've all actually been asking me about. I wore this in Point Magazine when I did the Point Magazine cover shoot. There's a video of that. I will link it below this video. This has beautiful seaming. I did pinch this with a safety pin. This is a New York City Ballet dance skin leotard. They don't make it anymore. I wish they did. But when I shot the cover of Point, they said, bring a leotard. So that's the one I chose. So that's why I wore that one. This is just a simple tank from Yumiko. Antique pink, I believe, is this color. I don't know if they make it anymore. This is just a sort of lighter pink from Yumiko in the new Techni fabric. I don't think you can really tell, but it's a new Techni fabric. This is another pink from Yumiko. I've had this one a very, very long time. It's one of the first ones I ever got from them. Just simple nylon pink. And then these last two are 𝐂𝐲𝐻𝐿, one in a sort of candy pink and one in a peach pink. So here are my greens, and as you can see, they are all very similar in green tones. I don't have that many because I don't look good in green. It has to be either a forest green or a sort of mint green for me to actually pull it off. Otherwise, I just look sick. So again, know your colors. This is a freed leotard. I showed you the short sleeve one in black. So this is the velvet green and bottom, normal bottom, velvet top, 3/4 sleeve. This is an Eleve with green mesh top and an ivory bottom. I just wanted something a little bit different. I didn't want a lot of green, and so that's what I did, and I actually really love this leotard. This is a Natalie, and it's basically just cotton pinch, some princess seams, they're called, simple. This I call my Scarlett O'Hara leotard because it really looks like her dress, kind of. I mean, the colors and the white top and the green at the bust. Anyway, this is my Scarlett O'Hara leotard. It is class in. And this is a Yumiko in the new Techni fabric. If you hear barking in the background, it's the puppies, which I will introduce you to at some point. So here are the greens. So I don't have a lot of green, but I have a lot of teal and Tiffany blue sort of colored leotards. Again, because that works for me. So this sort of is my supplemental green leotards. So let me take you over. If you are still watching this, bless you. I know this has been quite a description. This is Yumiko with some light blue trim. That's a light blue trim, half sleeve. This is another Yumiko in a darker teal with, this is that mint green I showed you from the green leotards. I don't know how it looks on the camera. Long sleeves with the mint green trim. This is an Eleve. I believe this color is called Arabian. It might be called Peacock. It's either Arabian or Peacock. I will put it right here. I believe Arabian because it's sort of the color Princess Jasmine, I'm assuming. This is the mallard colored leotard I showed you from the Eleve haul. This is Yumiko in a sort of light sea blue, Tiffany blue with a velvet white trim color. This is another Tiffany blue from Yumiko, simple, what is this called? High collar zip half sleeve. This is a Bloch leotard, I believe, yes. This is one of their new ones that came out a couple months ago. It's got some some mesh with some detail, and the low V front. This is another Tiffany blue. This is another style I think you've seen a lot now. Cap sleeve with scoop neck and bust line. This is another Yumiko with, it's very bright, sort of teal blue with the matching trim. That's one of the things I like to do. If Yumiko has a nylon color and the same in the trim, I like to put them together. So, I'm sorry, the same in the velvet. It's nylon color with the matching velvet color. I like putting them together. This is another Tiffany blue from Yumiko. I believe it's the same color as this one, except it's a camisole. This is the Harmony bodywear I showed you in the sort of burgundy raspberry colored one with the double strap sleeve. And this is an Eleve. It doesn't look like much hanging here, but it's actually sort of a halter. Once you put it on, you will have a little keyhole in the front like that. It looks kind of bizarre hanging here, but that's what that one is. So here are the blues. And the blue is probably going to be shown to you in 3 parts. I have the most blue of anything. It is my signature color. I look the best in blue. Typically lighter baby blues. Again, I said it before, knowing your colors. So here, this navy one is the same I have in green that I've already shown you. This is the one I showed you in the Leotard organization video, the royal blue from Yumiko with the square neck. This is a Capezio cotton, simple pinch. I'm sorry, it's not Capezio, it's Bloch. I do apologize, it's Bloch. This is an Eleve. This is one of my very favorite leotards. It has this sort of blue mesh with a detail, and then the navy bottom. I love this leotard. Yumiko, scoop neck, microfiber fabric, half sleeve. This is a high neck Yumiko with, yes, the half sleeve. This is another, again, that's that style I love, the scoop neck, bust seam, half sleeve with a lighter blue trim. This is a sort of more muted blue with a very, 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 very pale pink trim, scoop neck, bust line. Here is the periwinkle from the Eleve haul. This color is Moontide. This is probably, this blue is my signature color. Square neck, Moontide trim, again matching velvet and nylon, so Moontide trim and Moontide color. Scoop neck, sort of a brighter blue. Square neck, brighter blue and darker blue trim. I got this at the Yumiko store as well. And this color is a sort of, it's similar to Moontide, but a little bit lighter. Square neck, half sleeve. So here is part 2 of the blue. That rhymed. So starting over here, Eleve, sort of ivory mesh with the baby blue bottom. And Yumiko that has the collar and the zip, again, with long sleeves. That's this baby blue. That's sort of my other color I look best in. This is like the red from Class In, the no collar and zip with the mesh. This one is Yumiko, scoop neck, bust line, half sleeve. Again, in that family. Eleve, this is the one I showed you in the Eleve haul. Moving down, this is a very, very pale, it almost looks white, Yumiko with the white velvet trim, square neck. This is a deep sort of royal blue color, cap sleeve, scoop neck, bust seam. I've worn that one quite a bit. This is cap sleeve, square neck, Yumiko as well. Both of these are microfiber. This is the short sleeve. So this is the difference between Yumiko's short sleeve and cap sleeve. So, but know before you buy. Baby blue, square neck, short sleeve. Another baby blue. This is almost the same as this color down here. I think it is the same, but with a darker velvet trim. I believe that is the Moontide velvet trim. This is another Shakot, like the ivory I showed you with the lace detail. I'm not sure if you can see it through the camera. This one is just a tank leotard. And I love these two. I forgot to show you on the ivory. Has the little diamond in the back. It's really, really beautiful. This is high neck tank, just simple, from Yumiko. And this is an Eleve. I believe this is a periwinkle color with the mesh and tank sleeves. So here's the next part of the blue, and I'm pulling a Hunger Games trilogy on you. I'm splitting the last part into 2, so I lied. It's actually gonna be 4 parts. That just shows you how many blue I have. This first one over here is like the pink dance skin I showed you that I wore in the Point magazine shoot. And again, safety pin. I love this leotard. Very simple seams. I love it. This is a Yumiko in microfiber that doesn't want to stay up there. Thank you. Deep blue tank scoop neck. This is the Dawn trim. This is Moontide again. Velvet Moontide, nylon Moontide, scoop line bust seam. This is one of the very, very first Yumikos I ever bought. I don't even think they make this color anymore. I'm not even sure what it's called, with the navy trim, velvet trim. Tank square neck. Another tank square neck from Yumiko in a much brighter blue. Moving down, this is the almost white blue color. It's very, very pale. High neck tank. This is that same color, but tank bust seam scoop neck. This is a class in that sort of has a crisscross top, white, and just plain blue on the bottom. Here's another one of my leotards that gets worn quite a bit. Royal blue, and I think that's a navy trim, plain camisole. Another class in, this was a pre-made class in, navy, velvet on the top, blue mesh lace, and then navy. And then another class in, white mesh, skinny strap, this bright sort of, I guess that could be royal blue also, but to me it looks royal blue. I don't know if you're seeing royal blue. And then this Yumiko camisole microfiber. So now for Mockingjay Part 2, otherwise known as Blue Series Part 4. Beginning over here, just have this sort of dark cobalt, blue camisole microfiber from Yumiko. This is one of the dip dyes they did. It was a special thing. They might still do it from time to time, but it is just the blue dip dye. These are beautiful, dark moving into light. A 𝐅𝐲𝐻, I think you've seen quite a few of these from me now. Tank simple ribbing on the side. This is a Morella. I don't think they make Morellas anymore. I used to wear those all the time as a child, so I love this leotard. It has a little ruching in the front, and then the back just is cut out. So that's a pretty, and it's kind of a gray blue. Another Yumiko Dawn trim, that blue color I don't think they make anymore. A brighter Yumiko with a lighter blue trim. Simple. This is the Harmony series again. This is sort of a darker blue double strap. This is the Yumiko two-tone Moontide on the top. I have a lot of Moontide. Black on the bottom. This leotard is a Shikate. I got this in Japan, along with the black and lace one I showed you. I love this leotard. It's really beautiful, just the pretty little detailed pinch in that pale blue. And then finally this very pale blue, again that off-white blue with the white velvet trim. So we have reached the final part of the leotard tour. So let me show you over here. This is an Eleve again. This color is Merlot, so we have the Merlot mesh and the Merlot bottom, and I pinched it with a safety pin. This is a Yumiko, again, high collar zip. This is a 3/4 sleeve, and this is sort of a tan trim. It looks kind of gold in the video, but it's actually tan. Again, this is the difference if you are buying a Yumiko between the long sleeve and the half sleeve. The 3/4 sleeve and the half sleeve. The half sleeve stops above the elbow. The 3/4 sleeve stops below. So that's just so you know. Yumiko gold trim. This is actually gold, and dark purple. This is sort of a lighter and brighter purple with the, I think it's a navy velvet trim, half sleeve, high neck. This is an Eleve lavender mesh and lavender bottom. Again, very simple. Half sleeve, square neck. This is that off-whitey pink sort of trim and just purple. This is the 𝐂𝐨𝐿𝐵𝐻 again from the National Ballet of Canada School. This little cap sleeve, eggplant colored leotard, very, very pretty. Another dip dye from Yumiko. Sort of deeper purple on the top, lighter purple on the bottom. This is a 𝐂𝐲 in this sort of lavender. It might be lavender lilac. I'm not sure exactly what the color name is. This is another Eleve. It's the only real big print I have. Which actually, it's sort of this tank leotard, and the print goes down the side. So this is the front, and then it just goes down the side on one side. I love that one. Another dip dye in a sort of more eggplant, light eggplant color down to pale lilac. A simple purple from Yumiko, and the ribbed camisole in lilac / lavender, again not sure, from 𝐂𝐲𝐻. So that's it. That is my full leotard collection. For those of you who made it to the end, more power to you. I so appreciate it. But again, as I've said in a previous video, your suggestions are so helpful to me. I write them all down. It is just the best. I couldn't be happier, so thank you so much. Again, I do apologize if I haven't made a video on your suggestion, but I am getting there. Be sure and stay tuned for Wednesday, because I'm going to be doing my summer course survival guide. I'm going to tell you all the info on how to not only survive your summer course, but to enjoy it, make the most out of it. All of my tips and tricks, because I have been there. I have been to many summer courses. So be sure and stay tuned for that on Wednesday. I love you all, and I'll see you soon.